Hi friends, my name is Shauna Holt with Fit Frugal Life, and today is part 3 in my series on how to get more energy. Today's topic is caffeine is not the answer. Now, for whatever reason, you didn't get a good night's sleep last night, and so all you want when you get up in the morning is a few cups of coffee, or like my husband, a huge cup of soda. And you drink that down and you feel like you can tackle the world. But then, come noon, you feel more tired than when you woke up that morning. And you reach for more soda or more coffee. Can you relate to that? Probably many times. Now, when that caffeine starts to wear off, so does your body, and you just feel like crashing. And after you've been doing this for a long time, you may not even notice it anymore because you start to develop a tolerance to caffeine, and for it to make a big enough difference, you need to consume more and more of it. And caffeine, unfortunately, interferes with sleep. It actually lasts up to 6 hours in your system at half. And like if you've had a cup or two at dinner time, by midnight, you still have half of that cup of caffeine in your system. Now, no wonder you can't fall asleep. Then begins the vicious cycle of waking up tired and having more caffeine, and then crashing in the afternoon and needing more. So, there's even been research conducted that shows that there's an increase of both prescription and over-the-counter sleep aids due to the caffeine usage increased. And, I'll be spending a whole other day on sleep, but you can see how important decreasing caffeine will be on getting enough rest. And, stopping cold turkey is not usually the answer. You'll go through withdrawal symptoms, you'll have severe headaches and anxiety and be a bit cranky. So I suggest gradually decreasing over time. And I found that 4 days is a really good amount of time to make teeny tiny changes. So for the first 4 days, only concentrate on those 4 hours before bed. And if the following example, I have an example for you, is too hard, create something similar to it that you can handle. And what I would suggest is day 1, having no caffeine 1 hour before sleep. Day 2, no caffeine 2 hours before sleep. Day 3, no caffeine 3 hours before sleep. And then days 4, 5, 6, and 7, no caffeine for 4 hours before sleep. Days 7, 8, 9, and 10, no caffeine for 5 hours before sleep. And days 11, 12, 13, and 14, no caffeine for 6 hours before sleep. Now, it's going to get harder in those middle hours of the day, that afternoon slump. So you may want to decrease the amount of caffeine for 4 days in a row rather than eliminating it that whole hour. So just work on what step you can do for 4 days before you start removing more. And what will help is if you can replace that habit with something else. If you need a little bit of caffeine, you can try a lower caffeinated tea like green tea. You can do decaf coffee, soda with no caffeine, flavored carbonated water, just so that it'll replace that habit of reaching for that cup of coffee or soda or whatever that you're usually having. And the other thing is to ask someone to join you. Get a buddy to stay accountable and help support you, so that you can both say, to get through that of getting rid of soda. I know that I quit about 10 years ago, and it was hard, but I finally got down to that 1 can a day. And then when I was able to skip some days, and then I was able to just finally skip a week. And then it started to taste really too sweet to me. But I did I did have some of those headaches and everything, and it definitely would have helped having a buddy to go through it with. But most importantly, if you mess up, don't quit. You know, I talked about last night being perfect, and it doesn't have to be all perfect. So if you mess up and you go ahead and have that cup, don't just quit altogether, because it's harder to start back up at square one than it is to try to get back to where you just came from. So, you know, just kind of get back to it. And I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you ever have any questions or need support, just reach out. And tomorrow night I'll be bringing you the next episode in how to get more energy. And you have a great night.